Okay. Odilim, do you believe that these alternatives we're talking about, we're actually talking about Nigeria after oil?
Yes, yes.
So these alternatives, do you really think that they can boost the economy?
First and foremost, let me thank you for the analysis, because I also have, but I have not published that paper about hydrogen, 21st century hydrogen. In fact, unknown to Nigeria, coal is going to be better when coal was replaced by oil. Because what is going to go on very soon is a complete abandonment of hydrocarbon. China, Japan are working overnight to overcome the control of oil, the power oil gave to the United States, because the American dollar is based on hydrocarbon. The world buys oil, America benefits from it because oil is sold in dollars. So China and India and Japan are working overnight to now use hydrogen as the source of energy. It is democratic. As soon as you source it, you can transport it very easily. You can even come to a house and put a small thing, and that will give you the power you need. When it's finished, you go and get again, just like the way we buy recharge cards. The only thing that this one must be portable. Having said that, what we need to do, and I've said it time with that number, is that China today produces 1.3 million megawatts of power, ahead of United States 1.1 million megawatts of power. What did China do? We must do it. We cannot go that ahead because we don't have the technology. First, coal-fired power plants must be non-negotiable because we have coal in abundance. Another one is solar, because solar is so democratic and very cheap.
I'm sorry, Odilim. What are we currently using our coal for?
Nothing. Nothing. It's there, redundant. That's why the so-called gas not being made available to gas power the power plants. They call it sabotage. How can you put all your eggs in one basket? That's what we have done. Put our eggs in one basket and then claim, because sabotage is all over the world. Look, the economy of the world is run by economic warfare. It's more dangerous than real battle, nation facing nation in a battlefield. Unless we understand, I've been fighting, I've been saying this. People will call me, what does it? I'm happy. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that I'm happy. But I'm happy that it has proven that neoliberal cannot work in Nigeria. So the failure is obvious. People called me names. What does he know? What does he talk about? You see where we find ourselves. But what Buhari must do is immediately to set up a group of Nigerians who will work with a group of Chinese to raise the cash, because we need the cash. China has $1.3 trillion and looking for where to invest it. But not just throw it at people, but where to invest it. If we negotiate with the Chinese to build coal-powered power plants and help us with a solar, because China is today #1 in solar production, then we can borrow a certain amount of money from China. So long as Chinese engineers do this thing, it becomes a loan. Because as he agreed with me, and you agree with me, Dangote is today the most indebted African, and he's the richest African. If you borrow wisely and invest wisely, your return on investment will actually override the cost. Now, so we're going to do these things because power is a game changer. The greatest harm to developing economies, and Europe and America knew what they're doing, is to deprive us access to power. Because you cannot fire an economy with lantern and the candle. And unfortunately, we privatize power. And I was against privatization because no nation, including the United States, have privatized power. Power is so strategic that if you stop power, you stop an economy. Just imagine what is happening. The driver took 3 hours to arrive here from the airport because of non-availability of fuel. So this is an economic sabotage. So what I'm saying in essence is that if they can fix power alone, and they can fix it, if they are very innovative and very, very aggressive and national and patriotic, we can get minimum of 100,000 megawatts within 4 years. It's possible. Chinese must be involved. About 10,000 Chinese will be here working day and night, and they get our coal plants on. Get solar power plants on, and then we jump start the economy.
Odilim, the government doesn't seem to agree with you that power is a priority. We've had a democratic dispensation since 1999.
Yes.
That is 16 years.
Yes.
16 years and we still don't see any power. Instead of improving, it looks like we're going backwards.
Do you want me to tell you the truth?
There's less power now than, you know.
But do you want me to tell you the truth?
So,
But do you want me to tell you the truth?
how do you get them to make it a priority?
Now, you want to know the truth. Because when we say it, people look at us, how can I help a country that has given me everything? America gave me everything. Scholarship. At MIT, I had scholarship. They gave me everything that nobody could have been given, and that person criticized that country. The problem is that we are running neoliberal economics. We imported so-called technocrats, who you don't know the antecedent. You don't know who put them there. Just like I can be met anything tomorrow. Look, to become a billionaire anywhere in the world, somebody can finance you, and overnight you become a billionaire, but you don't know who is behind you. So what I'm saying in essence is that the West, it was in 1998 that a famous American scholar called Joseph Neer said, look, let's give our developing countries, these so-called developing countries, political independence. But we can control the economy by putting in place the so-called technocrats, export technocrats for them, and they will run the economy for them. I'm sorry, this is the truth. So what happens is that our politicians have been fighting to control political power. But they have not been fighting to control the economic power. So the economic power is in the hands of foreign agents. I'm sorry, I'm saying the truth. Foreign agents. So these foreign agents are he who pays the piper calls the tune. So how can a foreign agent who has been made to become so-called world expert, world economists come here, and those who put him or her there, you will not listen to their benefit. It is as complex and as simple as it is. If Buhari, which I think that at the age of 72, does not need any other thing but legacy, if he has the political will, he can reverse all these things. Because in 1978, when Deng came in, Chinese economy was worse than Nigeria economy. The Chinese were eating grass. Go and find out. I'm not lying to you. Most Chinese were eating grass. But what did he do? He made the fundamental. He didn't look at Western economic models. If you look at what can we do, that's why he invented the idea if the cat is black or white, so long as it is able to catch mice, that is a good cat. We don't need to follow a model that cannot work for us, because the so-called neoliberal economics is not being practiced in the West. Because what is neoliberal? Deficit, don't spend on deficit. Don't run fiscal deficit.
Okay.
But you can run deficit in recurrent, not in capital.
Okay, Professor.
Yes, I think we like to put things in perspective at this point. Otherwise, we'll be misleading the audience. I believe all successive government, they took power as a priority since Obasanjo took over. Otherwise, we would not even have what we're doing today. And I will tell you, the problem is not that they didn't take it as a priority issue. First of all, it has to be looked at within the context of what kind of economy are you trying to operate? Is it a trading economy or a production economy? When you are operating a trading economy, the returns come within about most 6 months. That's why you can buy, import diesel and sell it and make your money. But when you're talking of a production economy, you are talking of getting a result within a generation, 15 years, let's say, because it's a lot of building blocks that must be continued. And except if Obasanjo, I don't know him as an individual or whatever, but as an active observer of the economy, if he had not laid the basis for the reform in the power sector, which majority of people agree to, there'll be no basis for Jonathan to continue and says, I complete, I privatize, and it's happening. And I believe Buhari, when he gets there, he should consolidate on that. There are areas that need to be fine-tuned, like the gas supply, because the issue we are not getting power has nothing to do with the fact that the government was not serious about it. It's because of the nature of the engineering challenges that the country must, follow